Joshua chapter 18. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of the congregation there. And the land was subdued before them. And there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes, which had not yet received their inheritance. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel,
How long are ye slack to go to possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers hath given you? Give out from among you 3 men for each tribe, and I will send them, and they shall rise and go through the land, and describe it according to the inheritance of them, and they shall come again to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall abide in their coast on the south, and the house of Joseph shall abide in their coasts on the north. Ye shall therefore describe the land into 7 parts, and bring the description hither to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. But the Levites have no part among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their inheritance. And Gad and Reuben and half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance beyond Jordan on the east, which Moses the servant of the Lord gave them.
And the men arose and went away, and Joshua charged them that went to describe the land, saying,
Go and walk through the land, and describe it, and come again to me, that I may here cast lots for you before the Lord in Shiloh.
And the men went and passed through the land, and described it by cities into 7 parts in a book, and came again to Joshua to the host at Shiloh. And Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord. And there Joshua divided the land unto the children of Israel according to their divisions. And the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families. And the coast of their lot came forth between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. And their border on the north side was from Jordan. And the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north side, and went up through the mountains westward. And the goings out thereof were at the wilderness of Bethaven. And the border went over from thence toward Luz to the side of Luz, which is Bethel, southward. And the border descended to Adaroth-Ader, near the hill that lieth on the south side of the nether Bethhoron. And the border was drawn thence, and compassed the corner of the sea southward, from the hill that lieth before Bethhoron southward. And the goings out thereof were at Kirjath-Baal, which is Kirjath-Jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west quarter. And the south quarter was from the end of Kirjath-Jearim, and the border went out on the west, and went out to the well of waters of Nephtoah. And the border came down to the end of the mountain that lieth before the valley of the son of Hinnom, and which is in the valley of the giants on the north, and descended to the valley of Hinnom to the side of Jebusi on the south, and descended to Enrogel, and was drawn from the north, and went forth to Enshemesh, and went forth toward Geliloth, which is over against the going up of Adummim, and descended to the stone of Boham the son of Reuben, and passed along toward the side over against Arabah northward, and went down unto Arabah. And the border passed along to the side of Beth-hoglah northward. And the outgoings of the border were at the north bay of the salt sea at the south end of Jordan. This was the south coast. And Jordan was the border of it on the east side. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, by the coasts thereof round about according to their families. Now the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin according to their families were Jericho and Beth-hoglah and the valley of Keziz, and Beth-arabah and Zemaraim and Bethel, and Avim and Parah and Ophrah, and Kephar-Haamoni and Ophni and Geba, 12 cities with their villages, Gibeon and Ramah and Beeroth, and Mizpah and Kephirah and Moza, and Rechem and Irpeel and Taralah, and Zelah, Eleph, and Jebusi, which is Jerusalem, Gibeath and Kirjath, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, according to their families.
Now in chapter 18, we read here, And the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of the congregation there, and the land was subdivided before them. Now, Shiloh was the place that they came to when they crossed over, you will recall, and it actually is a very famous place, but it was not to be the permanent place. To begin with, it was not in the center of the land, and the place that God would choose would be through David, which would be Jerusalem, and that would be the place that would be chosen later on, but not Shiloh. Actually, it's to be a temporary place, and later on we'll find out that this is the place that Samuel, he commuted all over the place from Shiloh, by the way. But when you come to David, you will find out that the capital is moved to the center of the land, and you will find also at that time that Jerusalem, the city, the Mount of David, Mount Zion, that was David's favorite spot where he built his capital. That's where he was. So that actually Shiloh now becomes the temporary place for the tabernacle. And here is where the children of Israel are to come to. Now, he gives to them a challenge, and we'll close with that because it's the same challenge that we've seen today. Let me read verses 2 and 3. And there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes, which had not yet received their inheritance. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, How long are ye slack to go to possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers hath given you? And actually, these other tribes were just standing around with their hands in their pockets, and they were saying to Joshua, Well, what about this land? What are you going to give us? And Joshua said to them, How long are you going to stand around? Why don't you go up and possess your land? You've been given a certain area, and that was marked out, and you're to go up and possess that. How long will you wait? And that is the challenge I think that God is giving to us today, many of us. Why are you so slack to go and to possess the land God's given you? He's made over to you all spiritual blessings. He has been good to you. Oh, how today so many of us can thank God for His grace, His love, His goodness, and His mercy. How wonderful He is. Why don't we move in and lay hold of all these things God has for us today? Believe me, these tribes now begin to move out, and they go out now to possess the land that God has given to them. We're going to see, by the way, next time, I think, 2 of the most remarkable things. For instance, the people of Israel, because this man Joshua has been busy leading them, they didn't give him an inheritance. And now they give him the part that he wants. And we're going to see where he chose. Quite interesting. You see, they thought of their leader. I think it's tragic today to see so many men in God's service, and we're living in this technical age, and they'll serve a church for years, and then the church makes no arrangement for a pension for them, when these cold-blooded business corporations today, they take care of that sort of thing, and God's people do not. Then we're going to see that altar that was built, that divided the people. We'll take that up next time.